The Mouse is a Tier 10 German Super Heavy, a vehicle that is so heavy in real life that it was capable of destroying bridges if it drove over them. That is why it actually had a snorkel designed for it that it would drive under the water with and just not drown. It's kind of a stupid design, because how would you get it up the riverbank? I've always questioned that part, but I'm not going to question the German engineers. Overall, the Mouse is a pretty insane vehicle, and with all of that weight comes a lot of responsibility. This is one of the most influential tanks on your team that you'll ever drive, because it has 3,000 hit points and a lot of armor. It doesn't have insane armor, which is a little weird when you think about it, the fact that like the E100 now has better armor than the Mouse, but there's still one thing the Mouse beats all the other heavies at tier 10 at, and that is just driving. If you drive the Mouse correctly, and you understand how to use it, you will literally get away with war crime level things. You just keep on driving, and you don't stop driving. Now, as we can see, the majority of my team is going over towards base A, which I honestly can't complain all too much about, because that's what I would have done if I was in the TVP or the E50M. So as much as I do want to go towards like B and just push right through, unfortunately, it's just not really a good map for that. So the enemy team has an IS-7, a Kranvang, an STB-1, a Vickers Light. They actually have a lot of really strong tanks. The only one I'm not too worried about is that IS-7 because, well, it doesn't have a lot of pen, and I can outtrade it every time. Now, you'll notice the Mouse, while it does not have a great top speed, is still decent at power to weight. So we are getting into position fairly fast. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drive right over this ridge here. Hopefully, my team is going to take advantage of what I'm going to do here. You can see they're all kind of just sat up in the position here, and I'm going to speed. I'm slowly speeding, as the power to weight on this tank, obviously 188 tons, is going to struggle climbing up a very, very steep incline. But now that we've made our way up here, we're going to get a nice slap into the IS-7, and here we go. This is what the Mouse is meant for. Now we're just going to wiggle our hull. There you go. Look at that. 3 bounces on our tank already. And because the IS-7 spent all that time aiming at me, we were able to get another shell into his tank. So already, just with that alone, we've not only been able to block a decent chunk of damage, but we've also done a pretty decent chunk. Now we've got, well, we got the Hori over here. We got some more bounces. Let's just aim it on the Hori. And look at that. We are just chunking shells here, left, right, and center. Hopefully my team takes advantage of this. I'm kind of hoping they do. But I guess we'll find out, right? There goes the Hori, which is already a good plan. And look at that. The IS-7 just got chunked. Get a nice shot into that player. And even though, again, these guys are all shooting at me, this is the whole plan of the Mouse. You just take shells for your team. There you go. Another nice bounce there. Look at that. Another bounce there as well. And with that, we have bounced a lot of damage. The 50 TP shows me his roof, so we get another nice slap in. And our team is finally moving on up. Even though we have lost almost all of our health at this point, I think we've done our job. I mean, you can see this STV gets another bounce onto our vehicle. And with that, well, now they're going to have some fun on their side. We got the Vickers Light off to the side as well. It misses, but I could care less. We're still alive, which is the pretty funny part. There you go. Another nice bounce, and look at that. We've blocked 3,000 damage this game. I have single-handedly given our team this win just by driving. And that's literally all you need to do when using the Mouse is drive. There you go. Another shot into the Vickers Light. And with that, the crazy part is we're probably doing fine on damage. Yeah, 2,800 damage dealt. This Vickers Light thinks he's all special. You know what? Bonk! There you go. Now we're over 3,000 damage dealt so far. The Kron's going to aim in on us, and I'm just going to back on up. There you go. Nice bounce from my turret, because I angled it correctly. And would you look at that? We are still alive. Alright, well the IS-7 wants to try and poke us. We're just going to slap an HE shell into him. The STB is going to try and poke us as well. And we do get cleared. We got cleared after literally a mountain of fire was shot at us. We single-handedly, as I said, brought this team into victory just by doing what the Mouse does. You may have think that that was a YOLO, and I shouldn't have done that. And I could have played more passive and farmed. But why? What's the point? That's the whole Mouse's shebang. We still were able to deal 3,345 damage, block 4,100 damage. And I can say without a doubt that if we hadn't have done that, it would have been a lot harder for our team to do what they were able to do. So not a bad battle at all. We're going to do that one more time. And that's it. That's all the Mouse does. This is why I think this is such a fun tank, is because you just get away with YOLOing. And it's pretty dang fun. So, here we are. We're up against Positive, who is, he's just an annoying player to fight. Not necessarily because of, it's just how he plays. We'll see. I have a feeling he's going to go to, like, A side, because that's just his weird abstract playstyle. Now, our team, for some reason, our E5 is going that way, so that's already bad news, and so is our 183. This is how you lose, ladies and gentlemen. I have very bad feelings about this team so far, because as the mouse, as I said, am basically the team. I am the player that takes the shots. But how am I supposed to take shots for the team when the majority of them, well, 2 of them are AFK? Wow, this is just awful. Okay, well, we're probably going to lose this. 2 AFK players. Oh, boy. Well, this 50B, there you go. You can see him just YOLOing already. I'm going to get right here, and hopefully we can get, well, maybe a shell in. I can't really get there fast enough is the problem. But here we go, and yes. All right, and badonk, there you go. We got 1 shell in, and there goes my STB. That STB definitely should have paid attention to where he was driving, and that was a definite skill issue there. When you are in a tank like the STB-1, you know that your armor is only as effective as your team around you, because obviously you can work all down all you want, but that's not going to help you when your team's all dead. Now, I'm obviously fairly confident that I'm going to be YOLO'd by that 50B in just a moment here. I'm not sure what this Type 61's doing, but I'm going to back up very quickly. We do have the 183 somewhat covering me, and we're going to aim in an HE. Oof, he is running Spaliner. We do get a nice bounce from the T30, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. We are stuck in a very, very tricky situation here. All right, well, let's back up. T30's looking at me again, and, well, you know what, we might as well. A boink. Ah, well, I hit him in the track wheel, but on me. Yeah, what a weird battle. I still don't know what to say about this team here, but this is just kind of what happens when your team doesn't know how to play the game. Alright, well, let's get a shell into that T30. Let's angle my hull. There you go. Nice bounce. We're doing okay. I'm really hoping that 183 does something, and yes, he did. Don't die. Please don't die, 183, dude. You are one of the only things keeping this team alive at this point. We got the 50B YOLOing. Does get a nice shell in. I'm going to put on my adrenaline, and there you go. Nice bounce once. Let's put on my repair kit, and I don't care if you shoot me, because we get another nice shot in. And there you go, another nice bounce. That sucks for you. Now we just back up. You're not able to kill me. And, well, we've done a good job so far. I do have to say. We have just held, but holding is all you really need to do in a vehicle like this. We get a nice shot in, the Kron misses me, and with that, we have done over 3,400 damage, single-handedly, just by holding off this enemy team. Alright, well, the Object 140 is off to the side, and look at that. Once again, I have to say, I think we brought our team to victory here. We were able to hold this one little flank, and because of that, their team didn't push. They couldn't push, because who wants to push a mouse? Why would you push a mouse when you can push other players, right? So, there you go, ladies and gents. All that's left is this Kron over here, who's going to kill me. Never mind, he bounced my rear. Well, once again, we blocked over 3,000 damage, and we did over 4,000 this time. And in 2 more seconds, it's going to be a victory. There you go, ladies and gents. Look at that. Ha-ha! I'm actually very surprised to come out with a victory this battle, but that's once again what the mouse can do. Even though I saw my team had no clue what they were doing, even though we lost an STB right in the beginning, what I was able to do is just position my tank in a way that if the enemy wanted to get past me, they had to full speed YOLO me. And they didn't. And because that 183 was behind me, it allowed that 183 to cover me. It allowed me to hold, and look at that. We did 4,300 damage and came out with a victory. That is what the mouse is capable of doing. Now, even though it seems like I'm just being a monkey, and I don't know what I'm doing in these battles, you do have to realize that I am angling. I'm using my brain when playing this take. So if you're a newer player to the game, the mouse is definitely a vehicle that is tricky to play. And you have to understand positioning, first of all. You have to understand teamwork. And you have to understand how to angle. Both of those games we blocked over 3,000 damage in. So it really is a good take, but it definitely has its downsides. Keep that in mind. It's not overpowered by any stretch of the world. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. The mouse is just always a fun tank that I always want to come back to and make a video on. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.